It was supposed to be just another quiet, private day for Amal Clooney, a world-renowned human rights lawyer, devoted wife, and mother of two. But everything changed in a matter of seconds when the phone call came. Witnesses say Amal's entire expression shifted as she took the news. Her face drained of color, her hand trembled, and before she could even process the full weight of it, she collapsed to the floor. The words she had just heard were simply too much to bear. George Clooney's health had taken a sudden and critical turn. George Clooney, the Hollywood icon beloved by millions, has always seemed like the picture of charm, vitality, and grace. But behind closed doors, the superstar's health battle has been far more complicated than fans realized. According to close sources, George had been experiencing subtle but worrying symptoms for weeks: fatigue, dizziness, and severe headaches, symptoms he brushed off while focusing on his family and ongoing projects. The breaking point reportedly came when he was rushed into emergency care. The details remain closely guarded, but what has emerged is that George's condition deteriorated rapidly, forcing doctors to admit him into a highly specialized medical facility. For Amal, who has spent her life defending the innocent and fighting for justice, this was a moment where none of her intelligence, composure, or professional training could shield her from the raw pain of personal tragedy. For years, Amal Clooney has been a symbol of elegance under pressure, a woman who can take on dictators, navigate high-stakes international cases, and still command a red carpet. But in that moment, all the armor fell away. Friends say Amal was at home when she received the call, surrounded by a few close family members. She listened quietly at first, nodding as she tried to process the information. But when the doctor's words confirmed the seriousness of George's condition, her knees buckled beneath her. It was the weight of love, fear, and helplessness crashing down all at once. She was quickly attended to, given water, and helped to sit as her breathing steadied, but the shock was etched on her face. Those present describe her eyes as filled with disbelief, as though she was living a nightmare she couldn't wake from. George and Amal Clooney's marriage has long been one of Hollywood's most celebrated love stories. They've faced the pressures of fame, demanding careers, and intense public scrutiny, yet always emerged hand in hand. To Amal, George isn't just a husband, he's her anchor, her partner in every sense. Over the years, George has credited Amal with making him a better man, grounding him, and giving him a deeper sense of purpose beyond the entertainment industry. And Amal, in turn, has often spoken about George's unwavering support, his humor, and his compassion, not just for her but for the causes she champions. For Amal to now face the possibility of losing him so suddenly has brought an emotional reality that no public figure, no matter how strong, can avoid. At the hospital, doctors are reportedly working around the clock to stabilize George's condition. Specialist teams have been called in, suggesting that his situation is complex and requires the most advanced medical care available. While the exact diagnosis has not been disclosed, the urgency is clear: every minute matters. Security has been tightened around the facility, with fans and media kept at a distance. Close friends, family members, and even some of George's Hollywood colleagues have reportedly visited, offering quiet support. Amal, however, remains the closest presence, refusing to leave the hospital for more than a few hours at a time. She has been seen arriving early in the morning and leaving late at night, her expression solemn, her steps slow but determined. While the shock of the news initially left her shaken, those close to Amal say she has quickly shifted into a mode of quiet determination. She is reportedly speaking regularly with doctors, making sure George gets the best care possible, and shielding their children from the full extent of the situation until more is known. This balance, being both a pillar of strength and a wife in mourning, reflects Amal's unique grace under pressure. She has taken on some of the most difficult legal cases in the world, but none of them compare to the fight for the life of the man she loves. For fans, the wait is agonizing. Updates are scarce, and speculation is running wild, but one thing remains constant: the world is hoping for a miracle. Life has a way of testing even the strongest of bonds. For George and Amal Clooney, this test is as personal and as profound as it gets. From Hollywood red carpets to quiet nights at home, they have shared a life full of love, laughter, and purpose. Now, they face the kind of challenge that fame and fortune cannot shield them from. The image of Amal collapsing upon hearing the news will remain etched in the minds of those who love this couple, not as a sign of weakness, but as proof of the deep, unwavering love she has for her husband. And that love, more than anything else, might be the force that pulls them through this storm. If you want to stay updated on George Clooney's condition and Amal's journey during this incredibly difficult time, hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications. You'll get the latest developments and heartfelt coverage as this story continues to unfold.